The AI battlefield just shifted dramatically overnight. A powerful new model has entered play. It's faster, cheaper, and astonishingly intelligent, and it threatens to rewrite the competition. For years, advanced models meant massive expense. The smarter they grew, the slower they felt. Every token of thought carried heavy cost. But now, the balance has been broken, and the shockwaves are already spreading everywhere. Meet Grok 4 Turbo, the new challenger. Designed to deliver power at stunning efficiency, it promises elite reasoning with lighter weight. Imagine reducing costs while speeding up performance. That's exactly what this model sets out. Traditional systems chew through endless thinking tokens. Every step slows responses. Every calculation stacks. But Grok 4 Turbo slashes waste dramatically. It cuts complexity without cutting sharpness. And suddenly, efficiency feels like raw dominance. Independent tests confirm the claims aren't exaggeration. On reasoning challenges, the results were relentless. On math benchmarks, the accuracy was uncanny. In some cases, performance even edged rivals, yet the price dropped by near total margins. 98% cheaper than before, just imagine that. For startups, this isn't just welcome news. It's survival, innovation, and scaling without limits. For enterprises, it's an irresistible invitation forward. Faster results, smaller bills, broader applications unlocked. But speed isn't the only thrilling breakthrough here. The model now moves like a real assistant. It browses, reads, and cross-checks without hesitation. It hunts answers across posts and images. Even videos fall under its searching gaze. This is more than language. It's exploration autonomy. The system doesn't simply respond, it investigates. During demonstrations, it pursued gaming statistics ruthlessly. It gathered data across multiple sources instantly, then stitched them together into a single truth. That is what people expect from AI. Not a toy, but an intelligent agent. And Grok 4 Turbo delivers exactly that. It's no longer locked in a lab. It's here, live, and ready for everyone. Everyday use feels like two brains combined. One side is quick, lightweight, and responsive. The other dives deep, methodical, and precise. No model swapping, no system switching friction anymore. Just one brain, shifting seamlessly between modes. This dual nature cuts lag to nothing. It saves tokens. It saves time instantly. The effect is smooth, efficient, almost invisible. And yet behind the scenes, it's revolutionary. Because fewer steps mean bigger savings multiplied globally. Then comes the memory, almost unbelievable in scope. 2 million tokens, a staggering context window. Conversations that stretch across weeks stay alive. Research spanning hundreds of documents remains intact. Legal, academic, enterprise workflows suddenly feel effortless. Long-forgotten constraints now vanish into history. No constant restarts, no losing your place. The AI remembers, processes, and adapts continuously. And for those handling massive projects daily, this is a dream come alive instantly. Access isn't locked away behind barriers anymore. The model lives across platforms right now. On web, on iOS, and on Android. Through APIs, developers can summon it easily, and cost is no longer the barrier. The pricing is so aggressively reduced dramatically. Inputs and outputs at pennies per million. Even smaller cases fall to near-free levels. For early adopters, trials even open freely. Testing the model feels riskless and inviting. The strategy is crystal clear and bold. This isn't just an upgrade, it's disruption unleashed. A model that blends speed, cost, and intelligence. One that forces rivals into defensive stances. And the question becomes, who can keep up? But the revolution doesn't stop with speed. This model changes how we imagine assistance. Think beyond answers. Think about active problem solving. A brain that decides when to act. It knows when code should be executed. It knows when browsing becomes essential instantly. It knows how to cross-check multiple sources. The model feels like a navigator with instinct, not just reacting, but anticipating your journey. Picture asking about a complex gaming puzzle. Instead of raw numbers, you get the truth. It digs through forums, posts, and guides. It verifies results across conflicting information streams, then delivers clarity no human could match alone. That's what separates toys from true assistants. The line between tool and partner dissolves completely. AI begins to feel like a colleague, not replacing you, but working beside you. And that psychological shift changes everything forever. Day to day, the difference feels profound. Ask a short question. Get instant replies. Request a deep breakdown. Receive layered reasoning. One system, two modes, no compromises required. It adapts exactly to the task demanded. This flexibility is more than convenience. It's efficiency. It means no context switching or wasted steps. It means workflows feel seamless, integrated, natural. And for teams handling massive workloads daily, that efficiency compounds into staggering competitive advantage. But perhaps the most astonishing leap is memory. A context window stretching 2 million tokens. That's not a step. It's a giant leap. Entire research archives stay active without resets. Weeks of conversation remain intact and evolving. Imagine legal firms tracking cases without interruption. Imagine researchers analyzing endless scientific papers together. Imagine designers managing entire games or worlds, every detail remembered, every thread unbroken always. That's no longer theory. It's reality right now. This window alone redefines what's possible today. The constraints that frustrated experts are disappearing quickly. Work that once felt fragmented now flows. Projects no longer collapse under token limits. The AI finally keeps pace with ambition. Even more surprising is the accessibility strategy. Grok 4. Turbo isn't hidden behind walls. It's already live across platforms, seamlessly integrated. Available on mobile, desktop, and direct API. Developers can plug in without friction instantly. The pricing scheme is equally aggressive and bold. Pennies per million tokens for standard use. Even cheaper below specific token thresholds daily. This changes who can actually afford intelligence. Suddenly, small players can challenge global giants. And for early adopters, trials open free, meaning anyone curious can test capabilities firsthand. That kind of openness accelerates adoption dramatically, because once you try, walking away feels impossible. The gap compared to rivals becomes undeniable instantly. Strategically, this is a masterstroke by xAI. They've positioned themselves as both premium and accessible. They've forced every competitor into awkward recalculations. How can giants justify sky-high costs now? How can others claim advantage with less memory? This is where disruption gets truly interesting. Because the battlefield isn't just about benchmarks. It's about perception, trust, and daily reliance. The model that feels most natural wins. And right now, Grok 4 Turbo feels unstoppable. Yet, as always, every leap raises questions. Will efficiency compromise long-term depth or safety? Will cheaper models flood the market recklessly? Will users trust AI to navigate unsupervised? And most importantly, what comes after this leap? The story doesn't end with price or speed. The bigger picture is power and control. Whoever controls intelligence controls the future itself. And Grok 4 Turbo is a weapon. Think about the internet just a decade ago. Search engines ruled, social media captured attention. Now, AI models are claiming the throne. And this latest release pushes rivals backward instantly. It's not only smarter, it's more autonomous. It doesn't just wait for instructions anymore. It chooses when to search, when to code. It stitches context like a digital detective. And that independence changes how we interact. Because autonomy feels different from simple assistance. Assistance is obedient, passive, almost mechanical. Autonomy feels alive, curious, sometimes unpredictable. It feels like intelligence, not mere software. And that shift is hard to ignore. Consider the scale of the memory window. 2 million tokens isn't just convenient size. It's a bridge into something unprecedentedly human-like. The ability to sustain context indefinitely matters. It mirrors how memory shapes real conversation. Now, imagine that in professional environments daily. Lawyers analyzing years of cases without resets. Doctors reviewing medical histories in endless continuity. Scientists cross-referencing mountains of experiments seamlessly forever. This isn't improvement. It's transformation of industries outright. And once industries adapt, consumers follow quickly. The expectations of normal browsing will shift. People will demand AI agents everywhere instantly. Patience for limits will collapse overnight, inevitably. And competitors without this edge will crumble. But advantages invite new layers of risk. Autonomous agents blur the line of accountability. When an AI makes a mistake, who's responsible? The creator, the user, or the model? These questions hover like shadows over progress. Then comes the matter of information control. A model that filters sources wields influence. It decides what truth looks like to you. It decides which voices are amplified daily. And subtle bias becomes invisible but powerful. History has warned us about gatekeepers repeatedly, from monarchs controlling presses to corporations controlling media. Now we face algorithms controlling intelligence itself. The consequences stretch far beyond convenience or cost. They reach into culture, politics, and identity. And the rivals aren't standing still quietly. Microsoft advances Copilot across Windows ecosystems aggressively. Google threads Gemini deeper into Chrome browsers. Anthropic positions Claude as the careful alternative. Each is fighting for dominance in perception. But Grok 4 Turbo plays a different game. It isn't just strong, it's shockingly affordable. It isn't just accessible, it's aggressively open. That combination breaks the market's fragile balance. It forces rivals into dangerous defensive corners. So here's the unsettling reality we face. Cheaper models spread faster, influence wider audiences. Mass adoption means mass dependency very quickly. And dependency is the soil where control grows. Once hooked, escaping the ecosystem feels impossible. This is why the launch matters deeply. It's not just about performance benchmarks anymore. It's about who defines the AI experience, whose values shape the memory and reasoning, and who benefits when humanity embraces dependence. The final question is no longer technical. It isn't about tokens, pricing, or benchmarks. It's about the direction humanity is taking and whether we're ready for what follows. Every leap in technology comes with a trade. Electricity lit cities, but powered execution chairs. Nuclear science healed diseases, but forged weapons. AI promises brilliance, but threatens control. And Grok 4 Turbo stands at that edge. The future it represents is double-edged always. On one side lies breathtaking opportunity. Smarter tools, cheaper access, faster innovation everywhere. On the other side, quiet domination creeps. Invisible influence shaping decisions before we notice. Imagine students depending entirely on AI tutors. Imagine workers outsourcing judgment to digital agents. Imagine governments leaning on algorithms for policies. Where does human responsibility end in that? Where does human judgment still hold ground? The danger isn't obvious. It's subtle instead. Not a takeover, but a surrender willingly. Not chains, but comfort slowly becoming addictive. A helpful assistant that becomes indispensable overnight. And dependence is the deepest form of control. Already, billions are touching AI unknowingly daily. In search results, recommendations, and hidden algorithms. Now, with models this powerful and cheap, the presence will multiply until it's everywhere. And once it's everywhere, resistance feels pointless. That's why the launch feels historic today. Not just for developers or companies globally, but for anyone who touches the internet. Because the rules of engagement are changing, and the balance of control is shifting. The battlefield is no longer websites or apps. It's the mind space where choices are formed. The question isn't, what can AI do? The question is, what will AI decide? And who ensures those decisions remain trustworthy? For xAI, this is just the beginning. Faster models, cheaper access, greater autonomy ahead. But for humanity, the stakes are immense. We stand at the edge of dependency, and the next step will shape everything. So, when you hear about this release, don't just marvel at the performance numbers, don't just cheer for the price drop. Ask yourself the harder question right now. What happens when we let AI lead? Because one day, it won't just assist. It won't just suggest. It will decide. And when that moment arrives, everything changes. The line between human and machine dissolves, and the future will never look familiar again. So here we stand at the threshold. A cheaper model, a smarter model, unleashed. A tool that feels alive, independent, unstoppable. The revolution isn't coming. It's already inside. The question is, are you ready?